And before she turned, so say and on top of all of that, she was the first Alaskan swimmer to make the Olympic swim team for the United States of America in the over 125-year history of swimming at the Olympic Games. So it's safe to say she's a swim star. She's a huge music star. What's last? What's the last, like, okay, if we're looking at that combination, how do we know if somebody's notable? She has signed me as her biographer, just for her. And so true notability comes with, if you're truly notable, you have biographer. That's like, I've worked in academia, I've worked in science, and that's the only universal I have found for notability is if somebody has a biographer or not. Because notability is so different. And anybody can write a book about themselves. The same is not true for biography. So if we're going off of true notability, autobiography does not count for notability, biography does. So she's a superstar in 3 different categories. She did this all before she was 18 years old. For perspective, I have done none of this and I am almost 30 years old. But you say you have a biographer. I did not sign me as a biographer. What would that mean? That would mean me writing a book about myself. I have not done that. So technically, I don't even have me as a writer about my own life. Okay, so, and I have not competed in major international championships, be it regional, continental, or global. I have not done that. And I think I have maybe 100 listens on YouTube to some poetry I put out, but I have not put out a single song I wrote in my entire lifetime. So, like, this lady is, well, she's kind of the most famous person in the world right now. In her own way, in her sliver of the universe kind of thing. Yeah, was she the first to do this? There is no other person, male or female, that comes close to her accomplishments in the overlap between music star and swim star that I'm aware of. And yeah, I think we talked about this on swim team when I was growing up, was why isn't there any musicians that are famous? So like, that are famous and then go from music to swimming, because that would be a huge like growth angle for the sport of swimming, is if someone was a music star first and then came into swimming. And so we did a bunch of research and we're like, so people my age, I was born in the early 1990s, people my age, like on my swim team, when we talked about this, it was, we couldn't find anyone when we looked this kind of stuff up. And we did research it, and there was nobody at the time, so, like, right, she was born in 2004, so, and I joined my swim team in, like, 1999, approximately 1999, and so, like, this was before she was ever born. Like, we had, like, the Disney Channel and Disney music and stuff like that, and so it was always a topic. It wasn't until she came around in 2012 that it was like, oh, there's somebody here that can sing. And by 2012, she was getting pretty good at swimming. So she was the first in my sphere of the universe to break through, and to date is the only one. I think what's unique about her is the music industry to swims industry transition. She's the only one, male or female, to go that direction. And then from like big career, music, then swimming. And then what's super unique about her, so if she's not the first there, and I'm going to be super strict and say Olympic gold medal in an individual event is required as if the standard, and it has to be after one success in the music industry. So you can't be an Olympic gold medalist, put out a music video, get like 1 billion hits on that music video, and then be like, now I'm a pop star, which is kind of the established, if you don't have 1 billion views on your YouTube channel, are you even a pop star? Probably not. But that, like, okay, so 1 billion views for all the videos on a channel for a music artist. But for pop music, Lydia Jacoby is folk music, and they have kind of in-person standards that are much stricter than popular music, pop music. So yeah, that's, oh yeah, I was gonna say, if she's not the first in that category, Olympic gold medalist in an individual event after their music career is the standard. And today, date of filming is 3 August 2022. Yeah. I think she's the first. I'm gonna stick with the possibly. I am her biographer after all, so the book will contain the truth because that's based on verified documentation. And then, is she the first? If she's not the first there, and whether she is or is not, she's possibly the first to be a music star, achieve success in the music industry, transition, win an Olympic gold medal in an individual event, and third, sign me as her biographer. That, possibly. Who are my other biographies? Got a number of those. And how many of them have won Olympic gold medals in individual events? Oh yeah, that detail. So, possibly, she's the first of my biographies. That's a far smaller pool. That's 8 people. So, yeah. Stay tuned for the books if they ever come out to get the answer. And then, so possibly, she's the first to get all 3. In that order too. Music, swim, me as her biographer. So that's kind of it. Do I have any last notes? Yeah. I even offer my alto saxophone skills up for a duet with her if she is interested. Lydia Jacoby. Let's do a duet. Her vocals, your vocals, if you're seeing this, would pair perfectly with my alto saxophone sounds. 2 white girls taking on Nina Simone status would be simply epic. Yeah. 2 saxophone and vocals.